Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of RVBusiness Capitol Talk, sponsored by Eric Sell. I'm Rick Kessler, and with me, as always, is Sherman Goldenberg. And joining the two of us today is Phil Ingrassia. Phil, of course, president of the RV Dealers Association, and Nathan Hart, who not only is the chairman of the RV Dealers Association Board of Directors, but also from Walnut Ridge Family RV Center in Newcastle, Indiana. Also a dealership in Louisiana. The name escapes me at the moment. And building a new dealership down in Southern Indiana. Nathan, did I get all that right?
Yeah, somewhat. It's Primo RV in Louisiana, and our store down in Southern Indiana is up and going now. So the building project is over.
Oh, very good. Well, thanks you for the correction. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that Phil Ingrassia and I did not talk on the phone first about what we were going to wear. And the fact that they looked to be coordinated, they were not. We're not. So, all right.
Right. We look like good prep school boys here.
That's right.
Nice uniform for today.
That's right.
Well, we're bringing Phil and Nathan on to talk about the 2023 National RV Dealers Convention Expo coming up in the first part of November at Paris, Las Vegas. I assume by this point, guys, we're down to the wire, just getting the final details fixed up.
Yeah, we definitely are. And, I know a number of dealers have contacted us. Where's the schedule? Before we make a decision of who we're going to bring, we want to see everything. And the schedule is up, and you can look at all the workshops that are available, all the networking events, all the special events like Top 50 are now posted in great detail on the website, rvda.org/convention, and or just Google it, and it's all up there for people to make their plans.
Nathan, especially from a dealer's perspective, what are some of your takeaways over the years after having been to so many of these convention expos? How does it help your dealership?
Well, it's hard to quantify that in a short answer, but I mean, we sent a group of people last year, and the things that they came back with is always amazing. I mean, where do you get this type of education and networking opportunities within a few days of each other? And of course, as a dealership alone, we couldn't afford to get in front of that many professionals and experts in different fields, in that short of time. So, we find ways to save money through vendors. We find ways to increase AI, or available income gross profit, through new sources or streams of revenue, through vendors and different relationships, and just how to run a dealership more efficiently. And then also leadership. That's a big part, especially in the environment that we're in now. Employees are looking for leaders, and it's more difficult to retain people and to motivate them to give the customer experience, or the customers the experience that we really want. So there's so many opportunities. We always come back with a ton of ideas and a lot of things that are easy to implement right away.
The environment we're in now, you mentioned. Tell me about that. What's your read on the recreation vehicle universe right now?
Yeah, I get asked that quite a bit, and it's just difficult. It's not horrible and it's not great, especially coming off the highs of what we had the last several years, last 2.5 years. But we're still doing well. I mean, our service departments are full. We have customers camping. I love it when I drive out on the road on Fridays and Saturdays. Got CRVs all over the place, and campgrounds are packed. The sales environment is a little more difficult than it was in the past, but compared to historical averages, we're still doing pretty good. You got to fight a little harder, and manufacturers got to be a little more innovative. But I'm still very optimistic about what the future holds. And you're starting to feel like we've kind of hit a bottom, and inventories are cleaning up throughout the country, from the reports that I hear from colleagues and different groups. And then also the manufacturers have reduced their rates. So, it seems like everything's kind of starting to hit an equilibrium, which is important. And so it's still challenging, and it probably still will be for a little while, but it's also there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Phil, you're nodding your head. Your read on his comments?
Well, absolutely. I think, a couple of weeks ago, RVIA came out with shipment forecasts for 2024, which, 22 to 24% increase in shipments for next year's projected. That's right in line with what we're hearing from dealers through our monthly survey with RW Baird. And others are backing that up as well. So, it's definitely a destocking year. I've been talking to some of the lenders, and certainly the 2022 situation, which weighed down the industry for much of this year, is, as Nathan said, getting cleaned up. And the lenders are seeing a much reduced number of 2022s still on floor plans. So, that's all good news and bodes well for a rebound in 2024.
So, Phil, let me follow that up with, given that assessment of the market now, is the Convention Expo well timed?
Well, absolutely. I think, some of the topics at the Convention Expo that we're going to be covering are really timely. We just added a cash flow management workshop with Moss Adams. As dealers are kind of navigating a different type of market, it's time to kind of tighten up and take a look at where cash is. How do you deal with your lenders, things like that on floor plan loans. So, that's an example of a very, very timely workshop for a lot of dealers. There's a number of sales workshops, and of course, our surveys are showing while the new sales and maybe a little bit of used sales are softer, service is going gangbusters. So there's a lot of fixed operations material out there for workshops, including, building the customer loyalty in the service department, building the customer satisfaction there, because, those folks will likely buy from you again if you can keep them happy in the service drive. So, there's a lot of things, and the vendors are the expo floor will be sold out. The vendors are there to show their wares and help form profitable partnerships with the dealers as well.
Nathan, is that why you bring so many people from your dealership? Because all the different seminar tracks and other, the Vendor Plus and all the other workshops that are available?
Absolutely. I mean, we have service people that go. We're going to bring in a couple new service people that have not attended before from some of our other stores this year. The fixed operations training and educational seminars are fantastic. There's a lot out there with RVTI, concerning technician training, but this is more of your management training and service advisor training, because we can have trained technicians, but if we don't know how to handle the customers properly on the front end, then it doesn't do us much good. I know there's some classes this year with concerning RECT. Lightspeed is, DMS provider is teaching a class on, how to improve the customer experience and how to reduce RECT time. So there's something really for everyone. And then obviously any management role, there's classes for leadership, customer experience. I know Teresa Sire has got a class on that again, which was very well rated class last year. So we bring back some of the people that have historically presented and done a great job, like John Spader. I mean, those classes are always full, and there's valuable information, especially right now and going into fall season. It's really timely to have him there. And then we've got Phil mentioned the cash management class. That's really important. Some new sales classes, because over the last few years, some salespeople forgot how to sell, and now they got to get back to that. So yeah, that's exactly why we do it. They come back excited and fired up. If I go and explain what I saw in a class, it's not quite the same as when they get to experience themselves.
Yeah. Not to mention all the, let's call it networking, but more it's just fun to catch up with some old friends always.
And Rick, not to mention the reception, top 50, which you did early on, Phil. Looks like another good year coming together for that as well.
Yeah, great list of dealers on the top 50 as always. And, you know, the event has kind of turned into being the centerpiece of the convention, falling right where it does, right in the middle. And always a great time. And it's really interesting to me to sit in the audience and listen to some of the things that those top 50 dealers are doing in their community, innovative sales things that they're doing. And, you know, there's just a lot of good work being done out there that we don't always hear about. And it's wonderful to hear all that at the top 50 reception for sure.
We'd be remiss not to acknowledge and congratulate Nathan on Walnut Ridge being one of our top 50 winners this year. Congratulations, Nathan.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. It means a lot to everybody here and our staff for sure.
Phil, let's close out with just, I know we've got a pretty important deadline coming up for Convention Expo attendees. And plus maybe just drop some information on where people should go to get more information.
Sure. You know, we're at the Paris, Las Vegas this year. And the secondary hotel is now called the Horseshoe. It's formerly Bally's. They've dressed it up a little bit. There's a lot of new restaurants and all kinds of stuff for folks to do after hours. The hotel deadline, if you want the RVDA rate, is October 5th. So I encourage people to go to the convention website at rvda.org. There's links to register additional people if you need to, and also make your hotel reservations there as well. So it's all on the website. And you know, if people do want to bring more people, just let us know. And you've locked in that early bird rate, so we can accommodate late additions right up until the end of October.
Okay. Phil, one of the other things I know that's a pretty popular draw there for the Convention Expo are the Partners in Progress meetings that you have. I assume those are coming back?
Yeah, absolutely. We have Partners in Progress. These are dealer-only manufacturer dealer meetings, and they talk about, you know, whatever issues and new things that they need to talk about between, you know, the manufacturers and the dealers who sell that product. So on Tuesday, we've got Jayco and Primetime, plus Wildcat and Impression are part of that meeting. We also have KZ that day and Winnebago Motorhomes and Towables. And then on Wednesday, we've got Forest River's Cherokee, Salem, Wildwood, Surveyor, R-Pod, Sierra, Sandpiper, and other brands. And also then there's a secondary Forest River meeting with Flagstaff, Rockwood, Palomino, and Columbia. So, you know, there's a lot of good meetings for, you know, dealers and their top managers to attend. And I know Nathan attends those as well.
Yes, and I think Keystone is also involved. I'm not sure which day that is, and I believe Alliance.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, those are always popularly attended, and you know, the manufacturers enjoy getting the feedback, and the dealers enjoy that one-on-one time with the manufacturer. So it's an important component of the Convention Expo.
It is. It is. All right, Rick, what do you think?
I think we're good. Nathan, Phil, Sherman, Rick, thanks everyone for joining us.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for your support, and we really appreciate it.
Same here.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All right, bye.